There is yet another electric car company coming to Australia, another electric car brand. And actually, this is one of the best ones that isn't here yet. Even though they do have a lot of debt, and I've expressed some serious concerns about that. I think it's reasonable because so has pretty much every major investment bank in the world. They've said it's not sustainable. At the same time, this is a company that does make some of the best electric cars in the world. They're coming to Australia. We know that. It's 100% confirmed. This is the first model of car they're going to bring to Australia, but there's also going to be, I believe, some SUVs coming as well. This first model is relatively affordable electric hatchback. Very, very cool. There was some news today. We know it's coming to Australia, but there was also some news today showing this vehicle has battery swapping technology. So you can either buy it with a battery or buy it without the battery. If you buy it without the battery, it's much, much cheaper. You can then rent the battery. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. Great to have you. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Guys, I'll be at the EV Auto Show this weekend, 27th, 28th, and 29th, the Melbourne EV Auto Show. Come along, 25% discount if you click on my link, which is in the description below. NIO. Right, these guys actually have one of the fastest supercars in the world. I think a lot of people forget about NIO's insane electric supercar, which has 4 motors. Anyhow, NIO, they are obviously selling EVs already in Europe, or obviously in China. They plan on selling them in the United States, they say, and also New Zealand, Thailand. They're planning on 30 different countries. The first car they're going to bring to Australia is this, the NIO Firefly electric hatchback. This thing, I think it's a little expensive in China, but we've got no idea what price it's going to be here in Australia. But the price, though, has just been reduced. If you want to get the car, not as a complete car, it's about $19,000 US. If you want to buy it without the battery pack, it's $11,000 US. Now, will you be able to do that in Australia, do the battery swapping thing? You can in Europe, but I don't think they're going to do that to begin with. They could in the longer term. Anyhow, NIO initially brought this car out, right, for, I think it's about $20,000. They've actually discounted it now to 19, but now it's $16,500. That's going to translate to probably costing, I would estimate, my guess would be around 38,000 Australian dollars. That's what I'm looking at for the price being here in Australia. Should mention though, there is 2 different versions. These are not battery as an option. If you want to get it without the battery, it's $11,000 US. If you want to get it with the battery, it's $16,500 US for the Zizai edition, but the normal Faguang edition is $17,200, which means a $5,500 discount if you don't want to get the battery. You want to rent the battery pack, which is kind of an interesting idea, I think. However, there is a monthly battery rental fee. If you get it without a battery, it's $55 to rent the battery. Kind of interesting because you never get battery degradation. I mean, when NIO bring out better batteries in a few years' time, you'll be able to rent those. I think it could work potentially. So how big is this vehicle? Well, it's actually a little smaller than a BYD Dolphin. BYD Dolphin is 4.2 meters long. This is 4 meters long. That's not a big car. It's probably similar size to a Toyota Yaris, but slightly shorter bonnet. So you're going to get a little bit more interior space. Plus it's electric, so you're going to get more interior space for that reason. 4,003 millimeters. So it's 4,000 millimeters, 4 meters long, 1,781 millimeters wide, and 1,557 millimeters tall. Wheelbase, 2,615 millimeters. And it's got lots of color schemes. That's one thing going for it. It's got 4 natural and soothing color schemes. Relaxing purple, serene green, calm black, and warm beige. Apparently, it's aiming to create a home-like relaxed atmosphere. So what about the technology? I mean, that's what's probably the most interesting. Well, the Firefly has a 13.2-inch, 2.5K high-definition central control screen. So the screen seems pretty good from the reviews that I've seen in China. I haven't tested this car, unfortunately, but the reviews seem to say that the media screen is quite good. Got a 6-inch instrument cluster right in front of the driver. There is a pass-through central channel between the driver and passenger seats. Very unusual feature. You can get through from the front seats to the rear seats, and a lowered instrument panel apparently provides an enhanced forward view. Anyway, steering wheel comes with the Firefly brand logo, and it's made, well, it's got a covering on it that's antibacterial microfiber. The interior is meant to be a bit more premium than other cars, put it that way. That's what they're aiming for here. Now, one thing Neo are doing is not putting all the features through the touchscreen. There's actual buttons in the car. So there is buttons for volume, fan speed, and temperature, but the buttons are not real buttons. They're gestures. So you do stuff like this and in the air, and that will give you precise feedback without needing to look at the screen. I don't know if this works, but anyway, one of the features, it's got pet mode. That's cool. Nap mode, you can have a sleep in the car. You can create your preferred cabin environment, put on some nice, soothing, relaxing music. This is very popular in China. In China, on their lunch break, people will often go and sit in cars, try and have a sleep. Try and close their eyes. If they can sleep, they'll sleep. If they can't, they'll just lay there and try to relax. Very common that people in China are tired. They work very long hours. In addition, the Firefly has 256 color floating light ambient lighting with 8 preset themes and 3 breathing modes, synchronizing with the interior style. Anyway, every operation triggers a unique light effect, from startup animations to climate control adjustments, and there is a 14-speaker audio system that provides impressive sound. Apparently, the music is not only heard but also visually represented through ambient ring animations on the central screen and dynamic ambient lighting. Sounds very gimmicky to me, but I'm sure some younger people would probably love that kind of thing. The frunk, it has a frunk. It's got a 92-litre frunk. Not a very big boot. The boot space is, I believe, about 300 litres or just under that. But if you fold the rear seats, you've got 1,253 litres of space, plus there's a 29-litre storage space under the right side rear seat. You can pull the rear seat up on the right, and there's 29 litres of storage underneath the seat. The Firefly has 9 airbags. It's going to get a 5-star safety rating. That's almost guaranteed in Australia and other countries. And the side curtain airbags have complete coverage from A-pillar to the C-pillar, offering 40% more coverage than comparable vehicles, says Neo. Rear bumper beam is constructed from submarine-grade 2,000 MPa material, basically very, very strong reinforced steel. So the Firefly power motor, 105 kilowatt, 142 horsepower. It's not a lot of power to be honest for an EV. It's okay. I mean, you're not going to say this thing's too slow, but it's certainly not fast. So yeah, 105 kilowatt, 142 horsepower. Battery pack size is relatively smallish, 42.1 kilowatt hour battery, providing 420 kilometers of range, CLTC. So probably about 340 kilometers WLTP range. Plus, for some interesting specs, the battery weighs 314 kilograms. Yeah, I mean, interesting to see what they weigh, isn't it? Turning radius apparently is best in class at 4.7 meters. So that's a nice feature. As you can see, I think it's not particularly competitive based on the price for the range. I think that's one thing people do look at. They say, how much range has this car got? What am I paying for it? And based on the relatively highish cost, yeah, it's sort of sub-luxury, but still, I think that range, I think a lot of people feel comfortable getting that 400 kilometer range. This car is going to be sold in 16 different markets worldwide. Europe is marked for a summer launch before a global rollout, I believe, early next year. So that gives you a kind of a timeline on when this vehicle is actually coming. Now, I should also mention, guys, there is 27 storage compartments in the car, which is pretty damn impressive. When I watched some videos, I thought, wow, this thing's got storage compartments everywhere. You could stick little things in all over the place. And I also should mention something I didn't mention earlier. Neo's infotainment system supports over-the-air updates, and Neo apparently does those. So that's kind of a nice feature. I also didn't mention torque before. It has 200 Newton meters of torque. So it's got plenty of torque. The actual horsepower figures are okay, not great, but the torque's good. Acceleration, 0 to 100 or 0 to 62 miles an hour takes 8.1 seconds. Top speed is 150 kilometers an hour, and that battery is lithium iron phosphate. Now, NIO is saying that the official WLTP range is actually 330 kilometers. Plus, let's end with the charging speed. AC charging is 11 kilowatt, which is good. DC charging, okay at 100 kilowatt. NIO says it takes 29 minutes to charge from 10 to 80%. So those are the details on the newer EV coming to Australia. And like I said, also to Europe. It's going to be in Europe first before it comes to Australia, as is often the case. I think NIO's other cars might interest Australians a little bit more than this one, though. NIO has some really nice luxury hatchbacks, not hatchbacks, luxury wagons, SUVs, mid-size, large size. They've got a few different models. The ES8, the new ES8 specifications of that are just out. I fact did a video just on that car. And I think that's probably the market that NIO's going to go for, that higher end luxury car type market. That they'll be coming as well, I've been hearing. Can't say for sure, but it does look very, very likely. Let me know, what do you think of this car? What do you think of the design? It's quite an interesting, unique design. I actually quite like the design. I think it's a little overpriced, but I do like this car in general. Thanks for watching.